down. If I fuck things up, just tell me now. I'm living in a blinded town, am I running out of time? Feel like control when I'm talking to you. Slow trip, trying to play it cool. Nothing to do, let's drive to the ocean. Get high, lay on the beach. White water running down my feet. Make love and repeat, I don't ever want to stay all night to see the sunrise. It's way too soon to be calling, baby, but it feels so right against the moonlight. Deep sea diving at first, don't save me. Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? Make you wanna stay with me. Is there something I can do to show my love for you?
What is going on? What is going on, YouTube? We are live. We are live. We are back in the building. And special shout outs to yo. So hold on. Before I could even start the show, my guy Blockchain just gifted 10 new memberships to the chat. Do me a favor, y'all. Shout out, one love to my guy Blockchain. If you just got a membership, make sure you guys tap in and stay a member. We got a lot of giveaways that we do on this channel for members. On top of that, yo, you meet to marry. You don't want to miss it. And if you are a channel member, you have early access to the episodes as well. And this season, we're doing it like we never did it before. So do me a favor, y'all. If you do have a membership, shout out to my guy, Willie MF Beeman, who is in the building. Much love, much respect, and shout outs to yo. All right, y'all. So check it, right? I got a good one for you, right? I got a good show for you. Do me a favor. If you are now joining the show, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Stay active in the chat. Super important to stay active in the chat for your boy today. We're going to have a good show. I don't got you for a long time, but I got you for a good time. So let's go. All right. Mom, I'm going to have my boy Willie Beeman. He's actually going to join the show with me today. He's hanging tight real quick so that way we could get through a topic and then we can join. I could bring him up and we could talk about an important topic that needs to be discussed. But as I said, do me a favor, stay active in the chat. Let me know where you're watching me from, wherever you're watching me from. If you in Charlotte, say what up. Wherever you from right now, just say what up. Let your boy know you in the building. I love to see who's watching me while I'm live. All right, y'all. All right. We all know who Ashley Dalton is, all right? All know who Ashley Dalton is. Ashley Dalton, the content creator, who I believe, personally, I believe she adds more value to the YouTube streets than Kendra G. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think she's far off and much different, but here's the difference, right? Here's the difference that I do see. What she offers women when she goes live is at least a level up concept, meaning all you women want 6'6", six pack, six whatever, or name the sixes, right? Well, she understands that those men have requirements as well. And she understands that if you want those men that are more desirable to the majority of women, you got to make yourself desirable. So yeah, when I see women come on her show, because I just really started watching her, but when I see, oh man, I look all blurry. What's going on out here? Anyways, when I see men coming on her show, damn, this is crazy. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to straighten this out real quick. You know, these cameras be acting up. Hold up. Am I in focus? There I go. I'm in focus. All right. So when I see women coming up on her show, and you might be a little overweight, she gonna tell you, yo, you overweight. And not for nothing, those guys have expectations and they might not want you because you look like that. So she's all about what men are into, which is a personal experience, which is, you know, your appearance. So if you don't take care of your appearance, you're probably not going to have the luck you think you're going to have finding a man. Well, here we are with a show where she had a homeless woman that called her show, to me, pretty woman. Y'all saw her in the thumbnail. But we got to get into this because this is an important topic that I think we need to touch. All right, hold on. Let's get into the show. So let me share my screen and we're going to get active. Hold up. Let's pull that down. And let's bring you up. All right, let's get active, y'all. Let's get into the show.
But right now, I am really, I guess, in the mindset. I probably shouldn't be in this mindset of trying to date.
All right, let's bring this back.
Do you go somewhere where the music isn't playing?
Actually, can't go somewhere else. That's my whole situation. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
But good afternoon, Ashley. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Yes. And let me ask you this first. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Absolutely. I do.
All right. What brings you up?
Okay, so my situation is a little, I'm sorry, my heart just started beating really fast. I'm a homeless, first-time single mom. I am 32 years old.
Hold up.
I waited about 10 years to have my...
Yo, you saw how fast she said that? I'm a homeless, first-time single mom. She said that so fast that the majority of y'all probably didn't catch it. But let's keep going.
First child, didn't think I would ever have one. So it was a blessing, but I feel like it's been draining at the same time. I don't want to call it a curse because now I'm just going through a bunch of trials and tribulations that I never, no one ever prepared me for. I prepared myself to never get into this situation, but never say never. I'm a boss babe, had my college degree, always been, you know, taking care of myself.
All right. We're not going to breeze past that. We're not going to breeze past that because there's no way you could be a homeless, yes, a homeless boss babe. He said, I heard that. You heard that, Frank? A homeless boss babe. How that work? Please enlighten me. So yeah, here we are with the delusion very early on in the show. Very, very early on with the show. But let's dig a little deeper because I believe that a lot of people give themselves titles just to feel good about themselves. But a boss is not usually something self-proclaimed. It's what people call you. So let's get into the show.
But once I reached my 30s, I kind of gave up on love. I had high standards, but I also gave a lot of people chances. One person, of course, caught me in particular. He already had a child before me. So that was probably a red flag. But, you know, at that point, I was just like, I didn't care. I just want love. So I got trapped into that situation. And now I'm a single mom and I am homeless. I'm getting my stuff back together, though, one day at a time.
And when you say homeless, Nicole, I'm assuming, but you're in a shelter or something?
Absolutely.
Right now?
I'm in a shelter.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So I am getting my stuff back together one day at a time. I am now on, don't want to promote myself at all, because this is your platform, but I'm using TikTok as therapy to kind of get my pink back, as they say. But right now I am really, I guess, in the mindset, I probably shouldn't be in this mindset of trying to date, but I don't know how else to get out of my mind of not trying to, go back to that person that clearly doesn't care about me or out.
So that's the problem, right? Dating is not the solution to your answers. Finding a man would not help you get out of your current situation. And I think a lot of people say that men are supposed to be protectors and providers. Yeah, you do that for a woman that's already your wife. Unfortunately, this young lady chose a man that did not make her his wife, gave her a baby. Now she's in an unfortunate situation of being homeless. So you don't have a place to live, but you're looking for a man with a baby. What man of substance that could, even to say an $80,000, $70,000 a year man, which is he's doing pretty good for himself, right? Even that $70,000 a year man, why would he want that? I'm not taking that out of a situation. For what? Now I got to not only take you with whatever problems you have with your baby daddy, I also got to now take your kid. I got to now taking you out of a situation like that is going to do what for that man? And that's where I think a lot of people got it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Men are not here to just fix all of your problems. No. Ain't no man here for all that. We're here to work together. Now, together might look different for a lot of different couples, right? Some people legit, as much as y'all know I hate that word partner, a lot of men today in modern times are looking for a partner. So if a man's looking for a partner to even go 70-30 with her, how's that going to happen? She can't bring really nothing to the table, but she's calling herself a boss. And I didn't watch this whole thing, so I'm hoping Ashley called it out. I saw the title, I saw the homeless, and I heard at first when she said boss babe, and I said, yeah, I got to talk about this. Let's keep going.
Or our child, you know what I mean? So I guess I'm looking for advice in terms of anyone that's a first-time mom or a single mom that's just ready to really get back out there and date.
But I think before we even date, I would want you to get your priorities together.
There we
That's what I
go.
want you to get
You
together.
see?
I want everything to be in order, like basic things. Like you said, right now, you're in a shelter, so that's a transitional home for you. You know, and I'm sure they're going to put you in your first home, which is good, you know?
Yes.
See, and I love that advice. I'm not saying Kendra G don't do that, right? And I don't want to make this a comparison. I don't want to compare the two. I'm tripping. I'm tired today, y'all. I don't want to compare the two, right? I don't want to say, oh, Ashley Dalton, Kendra G. But it's only fair because they have the same type of concept where women are calling in, trying to look for a man or looking for advice on how to level up, right? Now, Ashley Dalton just gave us some prime advice. You shouldn't be looking for a man. You should be looking to better yourself. I've heard Kendra G tell women the same thing. You should be looking for a man. You should be looking to better yourself. But at the same time, continue with the show as if, hey, fellas, if y'all want to hit her up, hey, find her on my dating app. That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
Once you get into your home, you get grounded, you start making a little bit of income. I'm sure they'll help you with a job. Then we could think about dating and things like that. But right now, it should just be the focus should be you and baby, which I'm sure it has been.
Yes.
You know, that can be a lot because it's like, okay, what about me? I get that. Like, you were a woman before you had your baby, and maybe that's what you're also feeling.
And she's a beautiful girl. Like, yo, look, she's a beautiful girl. Unfortunately, she wasted a lot of that youth and a lot of that on somebody that wasn't worth it. This is why I tell women, y'all, your most valuable asset is your womb. That's the thing that a lot of men value at all ages. And when you give yourself to a man that's not worth it, men tend to judge you off of that. Call it fair or not, it is what it is. I'm sorry. But we got to call a spade. And I like when people tell the truth. And the truth is that men care about who you give your body to. You don't have to like that. It doesn't have to feel good. Men have to deal with things on how women go through life all day, right? We got to accept the fact is if we're not tall, we're probably not going to get a woman. We're not going to get the woman you want unless you do other things to build yourself up, right? We got to accept the fact that, hey, if you have a small, you know what, you got to also deal with that too. That's something that you can't even change. But most women, once they get to that level with you, they're not going to want you after that. So men got to deal with that. We know that, right? Unfortunately, men care a lot about what a woman's past was. Women care a lot about where we're going. So you need to know where I'm going. I need to know where you was. Where were you? What decisions did you make before you met me? Were you on a pole? Did you give the best parts of you to a man that wasn't worth it? Who is this man? I need to know that. Men need to know that. And it's standards. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with having standards and wanting to know where somebody was at before they met you. That's it. But this beautiful girl, unfortunately, gave herself to a bum that made her essentially a bum. And it's sad. It's sad to say, but let's keep going.
Like, man, everything has changed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And are you also creating income? Because I know even there's a girl, she went viral on here. Her name is Khalees, and she was in a shelter temporarily. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that content creator.
I am not. I've only been on the platform for almost a month now. No, actually a little bit over a month now. I've created great traction with my content because I'm just being my authentic self. But that's not really my goal, right? So in terms of, priorities, you are right. I wouldn't come on here if I didn't have my priorities set.
No, get a job.
So I am in the process of actually getting out of here. We did get approved for our first apartment. It was through New York City Lottery because I am in New York too. So I'm super excited about that. And I used to be a property manager, so it's kind of crazy how I couldn't even help myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and let me also say this, Nicola. When I say get your priorities together, that's not me coming for you. It's the only reason I said that, and I'm not aware of what you have going on.
Yeah, what
right?
she
the
did.
Only reason I said that is because you
if
said
y'all ain't peep what she did. She just tried to prove herself to Ashley, right? She tried to say, well, I was a project manager, but I'm about to get my own apartment, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. She tried to say all the quote unquote steps she's taken to get out of the situation instead of just listening. Right? Sometimes it's just worth it to just listen, especially if you're calling in to somebody to give you advice. But honestly, she's calling in looking for a man, and that should not be her priority. Men should be off the table for her right now, especially when you have young kids. Ladies, I might get a lot of backlash for saying this. Matter of fact, I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for saying this. But when you have small kids, you should not be dating. You do not just want to start bringing men willy-nilly all around your kids. You should not. That's protection for your children. When you have small kids, especially if you're in a vulnerable situation. This woman is in a vulnerable situation. She's in the shelter. She's vulnerable. She should not be looking to date. Honestly, we got to keep it a buck. And fellas, I know y'all going to back me on saying this too, but there's a lot of predators out there. There's a lot of men that see women like this, and let's keep it real. We're going to have a hard conversation today. There's a lot of predators. There's a lot of men that see women like this, right? Where she don't really have nothing. She's homeless. She got a kid. And those guys that are predators will try to take full advantage of the situation, whether it be with her or whether it be with her kid. And y'all know what I'm talking about. So this is why I would never advise a woman that's in a vulnerable situation with small kids to look to date. It might seem tempting because you like, okay, well, if I find a man, he gonna get me out the shelter. If I find a man, he's gonna, uplift me in life and support my goals and my dreams. And then maybe I'll have a better life system because of this man. But in reality, you become easy prey. you become easy prey. Most men know they can get you. It's easy because you're at the bottom of the totem pole. And a lot of men at the bottom of the totem pole can easily get a woman where they are. It's harder to get a woman that got her ish together when you're at the bottom. Men know this. They'll still shoot their shot, but they know this. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Think about it. Shout out, salute to TBP. Distinguished professor in the building. What up, what up, what up? All right, let's keep going.
You were talking about dating. So that's why I mentioned it. I said, maybe when you get in your first apartment first, right? You get settled in, you have some sort of income coming in, then you should consider, okay, maybe I'll start dating it again. That's what I mean by getting your priorities straight. Just so you're not, I'm not coming for you or anything like that. I just wanted to say that.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I definitely didn't get that energy from you. But of course, because I wouldn't join the live if I felt like someone was gonna, attack me in that way. Because I'm already vulnerable. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put myself in that situation again. I guess I guess what you're saying is just that I feel like I've been so closed off because before my baby, like, he arrived out of nowhere. So I was already so closed off, and now I've just been stuck in this same time. I feel like for so long, for the past 2 years, really, the year of pregnancy, then my son just turned 1. So I really haven't done I haven't gone out, I haven't done anything. 2 years, it feels weird. So it's like I'm itching to get back out there. You know what I mean? While I'm just looking for a good distraction, I guess what I'm saying. While things are moving,
what would be a good
because right now I'm my baby father is like slowly creeping back.
You know what would be a good distraction? A job, right? A job. It's simple. If 8 hours of your day was filled up with work, you was able to find yourself a babysitter, you filled up the majority of your day with a job, you wouldn't be distracted to want to go and jump back on your baby daddy, who obviously is letting you and your child stay in the shelter. That's what I'm saying. Like priorities is backwards. Why do people think that? And men do it too. A lot of men try to get under a woman knowing that they don't got their ish together. So the easiest distraction is to find women like this at the bottom of the totem pole. She's pretty. She's obviously sexually active. So yeah, she's very easy to get with. And a lot of men know that. So men do the same thing. Instead of getting their life together, they choose to go after women to lay up under them for what? So you got two people that can't do nothing for each other, then what you got? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Turkey Fresh is crazy. Quint is in the building. What up? What up? Oh, man. Yo, you know what I'm saying? My man he says, if I had a baby by a bum that was living in a shelter with my child, he said, impressed by advantage in the family court system to get custody of him. Yes. I'm going right for custody. There's no doubt, but that tells you more about him. I wouldn't necessarily care about her, right? If I'm done with her, I'm done with her. I'm going to go get my kid. I'm going to go get my kid. That's it. And it's very easy for the courts to be like, yo, listen, where you live at? You live in a shelter? You don't have nowhere. All right, say let's help. Father, take custody of the kid. Very easy. But obviously he don't want it.
And it's giving me like heart pain.
Why can't you just say no? If it's not about the baby, why can't you say no? Like, I'm not here to be, I don't want a romantic connection, but if it is about our son, then yes, we can talk. But outside of that, it's a no.
Because he doesn't see it that way. And he's very controlling and manipulative. And it's that's just how it's been. I just got, the raw end of the stick when it came to him and his child. So in terms of him being involved, which is
I guess about his family. Is his family helping? His mother, his grandmother's the aunt?
No, they're.
So what happens is a lot of ladies, y'all sleep with bums. Their whole family be bums too. There's no difference. Like everybody be a bum. Just like you a bum. So all of them are bums. It's like, yo, it's just like a bunch of homeless people sleeping with each other. Hold up. Yo, Shantae is in the building. What up, my sister? How you doing? It's good to see you on a Friday. So it's like a bunch of, it's like an orgy full of bums, right? Everybody just under a bridge sleeping with each other. It don't make no sense. Like if you sleeping with a bum, his family's usually going to be bums. They're not really helping him do nothing. So yeah, the cycle just continues to go on. They're not going to help you with the kid because they probably don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Quit saying it's not the family's responsibility. No, it's not. It's not. But hey, listen, look, a lot of people usually might still say, yo, I don't want the child in a desperate situation. But unfortunately, yeah, sometimes these families be doing the same thing. But hold on. My God, Frank says, take of you and your child if the father is not around. Yeah, man. Cypher is in the building. He says, regardless of the man's story, if he doesn't contest custody, he's liable for child support, which is so true. Yeah, I'm good, sister. I am good. Your boy is out here making some things happen. Do me a favor, y'all. If y'all are not subscribed, make sure y'all are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like the content and subscribe. We got a lot going on over here. If you got a membership from Blockchain, Willie Beeman earlier, make sure you stay a channel member because after we give these things out, we make sure that we give giveaways on this channel. We got a lot going on with Meet to Marry, so you guys don't want to miss it. We got our girl Queen Lala in the building. My sister, shout out. Salute to you. All right, let's keep going. Let's talk about the homeless crisis.
Not involved. I think because the same situation happened with his first baby mother. And then I came along literally 5 years later and they're like, oh, the same thing is happening again. I think they basically gave up because he's a grown man.
So this is the problem, right? I'm sorry I'm pausing it so much, of course, fair use. But this is the problem. Like a lot of the traits, right? It's truly the 80-20 rule. Some women like this. They'll see a man, know he's in a bad situation from the father before, then turn around and get this man a whole baby, knowing that his last baby mom was trash. Yo, Mel is in the building. What up, Mel? Mel, I'm gonna bring up your content today. We're gonna play a little bit of your show today. If you want, you can feel free to jump on. But it's crazy. You gave a bum up. You saw that he was a bum before. If this is what I'm saying, if a man lets you know he has a kid, it's up to you if you choose to deal with that man or not. There's nothing wrong with dealing with the man, but what you should be doing is talking to the baby mother. What type of man is he? How well does he take care of his kids? But ladies in the chat, could y'all do me a favor? Why don't a lot of women ask questions? Is it a competitive thing? Do you feel like, well, listen, he's not going to do it to me if he did it to her? Why is it that women don't like to deal with another woman knowing that you're going to have to deal with the man? Talk to me, ladies. I would love to know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that matters. But I see it all the time. It's almost like I'll see women get with a man with like 4 kids. 4 kids. And my man Blockchain says because they know the men are going to lie. Yeah. I mean, that's why I say, like, talk to the woman. Talk to the woman, right? Basically, the question is, Mel, if you got with a man that had a kid, why is it that a lot of women don't choose to go and talk to the woman about what type of man he is, right? Finding out what type of, like, you don't want, the baby mom don't want him no more. But I think it's your responsibility now to find out if he's a good man, if he takes care of his kids, if he does the right things, because that tells you a lot if you're going to deal with a man that has kids. But a lot of women don't ask questions. They still lay down with the man, don't get to know the woman that was there before. Now you in the same position calling the baby moms like, I should have asked you. Why? You know what I'm saying? I think some women are not mature enough to think on that level. That sounds about right. Unfortunately, it sounds about right. Sounds about right. What the lady's saying, what the lady's talking about. Scary says, women are not going to be honest. She said the next woman don't want to see the next woman potentially flourish. So it's a jealousy thing. So it's more of a, I don't want him, but you can't have him either. Or I don't want him, but you can't be happy with him. Is it that? Which is crazy because then the next woman should take heed to how his baby mother originally moved, right? Because you're like, hold up. If he's not, if you don't even want to talk to me, that tells me his decision-making skills before you was bad. Because he's not even dealing with a woman that's able to express herself in order to just be like, yo, listen, we cordial, we co-parent, right? But I don't want him, but he's a good dad. Or, yo, you don't want to be with this man because he barely takes care of his kids. Is it that you want the man so bad that you don't want to find out who he really is? You know what I'm saying? You don't really want to find out who he really is? It's crazy. No man's member, y'all know what I mean, right? No man's member should be worth a woman's life. Shout out to April. April is in the building. Salute, salute. Shout out to yo. No man's Johnson, we're going to put it like that, should be worth a woman's life. To where now you didn't ask the right questions. Now you stuck with this man's baby and he's a bum. And then women, yeah, we know y'all have a harder time figuring certain things out. So then now you become just like him where you don't have nothing because he has nothing and you only made it harder for yourself. Now, guess what? My girl is in a homeless shelter with a baby. She's in a homeless shelter with a baby. No child should be brought into this world to experience anything like that. Anything.
And he's 30, yes, he's 2 years younger than me, but he's a grown man that's already had a child, that already has another baby mother. And, so I think they just gave up on him. And they see it as if you're not going to, push forward and take care of your child, then we're not going to step in because they already did that the first time, unfortunately. So.
Okay, so it sounds like he needs time too. It just sounds like a situation. If you try to bring him in for the child, it's going to cause argument because he wants to be intimate with you. Yes. He wants to stay over. So maybe he needs a little time out. That's what I'm feeling. If it gets to a point where you feel like you can't even be in the same space because he may get violent or aggressive, then that's not someone you need to be around with, especially with your child.
Thing, Ashley. I've already broke the no contact rule because I went no contact with him because it was the other way around. I couldn't be in the room with him without getting violent. It got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore because it's day in and day out. I am the one taking care of our baby. And all I hear is excuses. And when I call you, you're out partying or you're doing something.
So why are you getting violent?
So it's like, this is all in my face, and then we got into this situation 4 months ago, being homeless. And unfortunately, we ended up being homeless literally like 10 minutes away from him. And nothing has changed. So now.
Oh, you live 10 minutes away from him. You're homeless. It sounds like you're just mad at now, chat, am I wrong about this? But what I'm hearing is she's mad at the fact that he's still partying. He's not being responsible. And she said they get violent. It doesn't sound like he was violent towards her. It sounds like she was violent towards him because of the things that he was saying and doing that she didn't like. So you can't stand in a room without being violent towards him. Am I hearing this right? Am I hearing this right? Because this is what I'm hearing right now. This is what I'm hearing right now. This is sad, yo. And guess who's sitting in between the two parents being violent with each other? That poor baby.
It's like, it was easier dealing with this entire situation when I wasn't in the same borough as him. But now that I'm in the same borough as him, very close to him, it's very hard to ignore, him and his actions. And I guess I came on here just like, maybe I'm too much in my head. I don't talk to, friends and family about these stuff because I'm weird. I'd rather talk to a stranger because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you go on the internet and talk to strangers.
I feel like you guys can judge, but, I won't take it to heart. Family and friends, they hurt your feelings. Yeah, I do need a therapist. I've been seeking therapy. Yes, guys. I've been seeking therapy. I was in therapy before. I had to stop it because I didn't. my baby was, taking up a lot of my time, but that's why I'm doing content.
No, you stopped it because you don't have a job, and therapists cost money if you don't have insurance. That's why you stopped going to therapy. Let's keep it real. Because this woman needs to be sitting on someone's couch, spilling her guts out, other than going on to Ashley Dalton, which I'm starting to grow a little soft on Ashley. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm growing soft on her. Yo. I'm starting to actually like Ashley because she seems to be giving some really strong, good advice. And it don't even got to be much advice, right? It could just be something as simple like, yo, why you dating? Go get a job. Yo, that's accountability for you right there. That's accountability for you right there. Don't look for a man, get a job. This is why I like Ashley. I'm starting to really rock with her. I'm starting to rock with her. So he said Ashley is shiny. Like, yo, she got baby oil all over her, yo. This is crazy. But yo, you can't front though. I mean, I granted her face got a bunch of makeup on, but you could tell by her chest area, she got great skin, yo. Ashley on it. She on it. That baby oil sitting right. All right, let me check. I'm a married man. All right.
Creating all that stuff. I'm literally working on myself. I'm doing everything to be the best mom I can be because my child didn't ask to be in this world to have two messed up parents. So he has to at least have one decent parent. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely. And let me say this. Are you getting out the house? Are you and a baby getting out the house looking up for you?
Every day, yes. For the baby, but daily walks, stuff like that to the park, nothing crazy.
Okay, that's good. Daily walks, going to the park, that's good. Can you also look up free events?
No.
Yes.
In your borough or in like Harlem?
No, I get it, right? Everybody needs a little bit of recreational time where they go out and have a good time. But when you're homeless, you shouldn't be doing nothing but looking for a job. Listen, there's work from home jobs. There's jobs where she can literally have a company send her a laptop and she could sit in front of her. She could sit where she's sitting at right now, talking to Ashley, and work for 8 hours. All she needs is consistent Wi-Fi, which shelters have. I don't know how reliable it is, but they have it. That'll be my advice. My advice, I get it. Like, everybody needs a little bit of outside time. You can't afford to go outside and buy a hot dog. You should not be outside, period. You should be working. You should be trying to figure out a way to get money. That's just my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing. You get a little something, you put something in your pocket, you start enjoying the outdoors. Because when you go outside here, and most of y'all might say I'm tripping and I'm being a little anal, but here's the problem, right? When you choose to go outside, you now put yourself in situations where you need money. If you walk outside with no money, that's a problem. If you're outside with $0 in your bank account and not a dollar, not a floating piece of change in your pocket, you got a problem. Because any emergency could happen and you can't take care of yourself. You can't even take care of your child. You can't do nothing. Hold on. I see some comments. Yo, that's scary. Said she shouldn't be doing anything. He said, but looking for a job and healing. Exactly. I agree. He says, GMT Wiener is what's her in this situation. Yes, I agree. Wiener got her in the situation. That's why she can't afford a hot dog right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, let's keep going. We're going to play a little bit more.
Oh, like sometimes they do block parties with the kids and jump rope and games. You need to be around that too.
Gotcha.
So look up like a block party. I know they was doing one in Harlem today. They have free music, free food, all of the things. You need to get out there because what I'm also feeling from you is that you spend a lot of time by yourself and not around a lot of people. Yes. And that can make you cause also mental health issues. Yes. Outside of, so you need to get out and be around people. I'm not talking about dating. I'm just saying people socializing, saying hello. Oh, you want some ice cream? Oh, come sit down, girl. You need that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You are right. I definitely do need that. And unfortunately, I'm I'm a social butterfly, but I'm also, like you said, very secluded. So I have like 3 friends, and
Yo,
none of
my
my 3
brother,
friends
what
are
up,
close
what up,
by.
what up?
So yeah, I definitely need to
And,
go
and
out.
the
I just
reason
don't know
I
how to
moved
maneuver this new life of literally dragging around a stroller, you know, and tons of bags.
but the reason why I mentioned the creator, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with her. Her name is Khalees, right? The girl is, I think, 21 years old.
Mhm.
And I think initially she was kicked out of her parents' apartment and she had to move into the shelter. And she would find free activities in New York City. She was getting millions of views.
Hey, sis, what's up? I'm in the shelter with my baby, and you know I gotta feed it, because if I don't, then who will? Like, what the? And y'all know I'm on a budget, and I only got $10, so come with us to the supermarket. Sisters, it's raining outside.
What?
It's nasty outside. What Boogie said, I was walking in the rain with my Timbs on, stepping over a puddle full of pain. It's a big storm, for real. Okay, we got the noodles. These are $2. We're gonna get $4.50 meat today, so it could be a little bit more meat instead of the $4 one. Right now, we need the tomato sauce. This is $4. No,
Now check it, right? I'm not even knocking it. I'm not even knocking because I'll be looking at some of these women are crazy. Like y'all just putting everything out there. Y'all just out here looking crazy. But listen, sometimes, my man said WTF. And I agree with you. I agree with you, Frank. But sometimes, right? Here's the thing: when you look at some of these women that they're doing, they're making money. So sometimes, and these TikTokers and content creators, they make enough money to the point where they'll never have to really truly get a job again if they invest their money the right way. So honestly, I'm not really knocking this hustle either. I'm not, because I know what content, me being a content creator, I can tell you content creators get paid a lot of bread if they do it the right way. So sometimes being vulnerable and putting your life situations out there can bring you out of a really bad situation that no job can. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. So, let's keep going.
I'm literally just trying, y'all. Tell me why the tomato sauce fell all in the bag, y'all. But guess what, y'all? The show is still on, y'all. We got another tomato sauce. But yes, before I dropped the sauce, I stayed under budget. My total was $8. Our back from the store. We had to travel in the rain, so we feel really icky and sticky. So I put our pajamas on the bed. We're gonna take it back before I. Okay, we're both fresh and clean. It's time to start cooking. Okay, we got the noodles in the pot, but they don't fit. Was I supposed to break it in half? Oh my god, y'all. Remind me next time not to fill my rim up to the top. My noodles is falling out the pot. Oh snap, y'all. I totally forgot. I got sausages in the fridge. I don't got no knives right now, but I feel like sausages definitely go inside.
Yeah, you're right, brother.
Sausages is done. Putting them on the side.
All right. I don't know why we playing this whole thing. What is up with Ashley? Why are you playing this whole thing, Ashley?
Baby, you're going to get ice cream. Me and my baby, we're going to go to this baseball game, y'all. Come out with us. She would find the most, and people were going on the journey with her. Okay? It's not about her being unstable, Sophia. Even in whatever she was going through, she still got out the house. That's the point I'm making. With the baby. Okay? So just look at her content. Yes. And maybe draw some inspiration. Not saying you have to be like her or anything, but just look at her content and see,
get inspired.
Yes,
absolutely. Okay. I am a little disappointed, Ashley. I thought you was gonna tell me go out of there and get a man.
Why would she tell you that? You see, this is the this is the problem. It's not all about finding a man to save you and to be disappointed with the great advice you just got from her. Even though Ashley just told her something that is unconventional, right? Like most people wouldn't say, go look at another content creator and try to be like them, or even get inspired to, but she's looking at the reality of it. You don't want to work. You don't want to get a job. So if you say TikTok is what you're looking at, right? Then be inspired by using TikTok as a means to get your bread up. You know what I'm saying? Use it. That was great advice. You asked me personally, world class is in the building. What up? My people, FBA is in the building. What up, man? Shout out. I feel like I ain't see you in a minute. I feel like it's been a minute, but my guy is here on a Friday. What up? So this is what I'm saying, right? Like you look at this type of situation, Ashley just gave us some sound, clean advice. Because, you're not going to go get a job. You're not going to go get a job. If Ashley told her right now, listen, go grab a mop and go sweep a McDonald's floor, she's going to look at Ashley like she's crazy. I guarantee you she would have hung up the line right there. So Ashley said, hold up. Now, listen, there's another TikToker who's just like you. She's homeless. with a baby, and she used that to advantage to now make money. And she's monetizing her life. If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right. I'm not knocking that. I don't know. Y'all might call me crazy for saying that, but I don't knock that. I don't knock somebody that if you know that they're gonna go fall down a hill, you give them a cushion to fall down that hill. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you. You're gonna jump anyway. So you know what? I'm gonna just give you a cushion to soften your blow. You can't save everybody, and I think that's the biggest problem. Like a lot of content creators, they get on here, and the mindset is, "Oh, I'm gonna talk, and 100% of the people I'm gonna change." No, that's not realistic. Really, out of everybody that you talk to, you could talk to thousands of people could watch your content. As long as you're able to impact roughly 10 to 15% of your audience, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. So, yeah, for Ashley to give her that type of advice, Ashley actually gave her some real good game. She gave her a nugget. And I guarantee you, she got off that stream and was like, I want a man. I want a man. She probably pouting, throwing her fist around. I want a man. What? You don't need a man. Because guess what? Guess what a man gonna do to her? She gonna, like I said earlier, she gonna find the bottom of the barrel man that's gonna put another baby in her. And she gonna be now in a higher expense situation where she can't afford because she didn't get a job. And that man is gonna leave. You don't realize, like, we attract who we are. You attract people at the level that you at in life. We had another 10 memberships gifted by my guy, Willie Beeman. Blockchain is in the house. Throwing it up for your boy today. I appreciate you. Anyone, if you guys got a membership, do me a favor. Keep your membership active. Keep your membership active. We do giveaways. Y'all remember I gave away a pair of AirPod Max Pros. We did that a few weeks ago. And all you had to do was hashtag me to marry. And we had a lucky winner. So do me a favor. If you got it, the membership, I believe it's only $3 or something light. So do me a favor and keep your membership going. You know what I'm saying? World Class is in the building. World Class says these sister hoodlums. He said, just want a male that's gonna let them have their way. They don't care if a guy has standards. I truly agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Truly agree with that. Do me a favor, y'all. We need to get our likes up. I don't know where we at with likes, but do me a favor. Get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? Also share the content. If you share the content, Blockchain said he'll do another 10. Basically, he's going to give out another 10 memberships to the channel. So share the content. Let people know, yo, we are live right now. Come over here and watch us. I am about to bring my guy up. But once we hit 30, we good to go. My man said he's going to gift another 10. So let's get the word out there. We are live. We are live. We are in the building. Salute and shout out to you. All right. So let's move on to the next topic, because this woman is obviously a lost cause, because all of that knowledge and all of that game she got from Ashley, she's still like, I want a man. I need a man. I want a man. I'm looking for a white knight to save me out of this situation that I'm in right now. Because guess what? Only a man could do it. We need to start, fellas, if you have a daughter, if you didn't train your daughter how to be a wife and say to herself, like, okay, listen, I'm going to build myself up to get to the next level. So I'm going to keep going and going and going. Yeah. If you didn't train her to be a wife, then what I need you to do is train her how to be independent. It's an unfortunate truth. It's an unfortunate truth, because men are just not going to save women just to save them. We don't live in those days. Those days are long gone. And marriage statistics are showing you that. The amount of women complaining on the internet is showing you that. So if you have a daughter, It's better that she becomes a boss, quote unquote, independent, whatever. And if she's going to be unhappy when she's 50 years old, like, damn, I got a bunch of cats or whatever. Or even if she doesn't have a bunch of cats, but she loves her life. It is what it is. It's better that she lives that life than end up in a shelter trying to rely on a bum to take care of her. And now she got a bum's baby, and she made herself the same level as him. Think about it. I personally want my daughter to be married when she's in her 20s. If I had a daughter, I got all sons, by the way. But if I had a daughter, I would want my daughter to be married in her 20s. But if she's not, I could tell you, just listen to what the men are saying. It gets harder. I met my wife when she was 25. We've been together for a long time now. I'm 43 now. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife been together for a long time. So, yeah, I didn't waste her time. I'm not going to say I ain't never waste any woman's time. I just didn't waste her time. Right? So, let's keep it a buck. If your daughter is not going to be a wife, then train her how to get a good job, build her up, let her do what she need to do. Let her do what she need to do. You know what I'm saying? No, I married Tiffany in we got married in 2016. So yeah, no, we dated for a few years. Don't get me to lie with the math right now. I can't even think of the math. She was 25 years old. We got married in 2016. Wife is 40 right now. So yeah, that's where we at. So, all right. Let's move on to the rest of the show. We got a good one for you. All right, yo. Now let's talk about Kendra G. We talked about Ashley Dalton. Let's talk about Kendra MF G, right? Because Kendra G was bugging out. She said something which I can't agree with, but let's play the video. Let me stop sharing this. And let me continue to share my screen. And let's get Kendra G up on the screen. All right. Where is Kendra G? Invite guests. Am I tripping? All right, here we go. I apologize. My apologies, y'all. All right. All right, y'all. Y'all can see my screen. There she goes, the lovely Kendra G. And she has some advice for the 6 types of men who are negative in her comment section, right? Shout out to my guy Amir with the $2 super chat. He says, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you, brother. Shout out, and salute to you. All right. Let's keep going.
But first, I have a PSA announcement for all the negative men in my comment section. Baby, do you realize how much you embarrass yourself? Let me tell you something. Happy men who got the woman of their dreams, they don't spend all day in my comment section hating on women. No, they thriving in life. So if you are negative and you're a male in my comment section, you fall into one of these 6 categories. Number 1, you're single and unhappy. Single men judging women for being single. Now that is some funny shit.
Hold up. You know what? Blockchain is in the building. I'm gonna bring my guy up, and we could break this video down one by one. Willie B. Yo, what's up with that profile picture, my guy? Hold up, you on mute.
My bad, man. That's just the way he looks in that picture. And then I used to be on a task force catching child predators. I just kind of adopted that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Oh man. So yo, all right. Let's break down Kendra G real quick, man. Hold on. Let's talk about it. So she says, single men talking about single women is crazy, almost delusional. What do you think about that?
This is just, I think it's women trying to say that men and women are equal. Saying that men shaming women for being single, we control access to relationships. So the comparison really would be women shaming men for not having sex or being sexless. So if we control the access to it, we definitely have the right to be able to say that, hey, yeah, you women can't even get men because if you were worth dating, men would be dating you. The same way a woman can say, you guys, dicks are ashy because no one's giving you the box. It's the same thing.
Yo, I had a conversation with Mel about that earlier, but yo, hold on. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Number 2, you got a girl, you're not single, but you don't really like her. You settle. So you wish a woman like me could be your girl, baby.
So yo, blockchain, is Kendra G the girl? You think Kendra G is the girl of many men's dreams?
No, I think Kendra G is a lot of men's type physically, but Kendra is, 40 plus, no kids, masculine, and not as attractive without her makeup as she is like the Cinemax version of her. So I would say that, yeah, she's a lot of men's dream. It's just she's not the dream of any of the men that she wants.
Ooh, okay. That hit hard. That hit hard. I'm not knocking that one. That hit
Baby,
hard.
ain't never gonna happen. Find happiness with the one you got, okay? Number 3, you're broke. Okay, but here's the deal. That's your fault. You have bad time management skills because why you online all day in women's comment sections you never gonna meet? Get out there and get some cash. Make something of yourself, okay?
I think it's disrespectful and I think it's disingenuous to knock people that are in your comment section. What she doesn't realize is that both men and women are contributing to her algorithm. So to basically call these men broke and ashy and all types of whatever is disingenuous because these are the people that's given her the platform to talk on. It's not just a bunch of women. She actually created a dating app. And some of these guys that's in her comment section is on her dating app. What's your thoughts on the topic?
I mean, she's probably just basing that off of her type, and her documented type is a scammer. Everybody's broke compared to a scammer. Them niggas are scammers. So it's not. You know how hard it is to compete with scammers? It's like a dude working a 9 to 5. Even some business owners trying to compete with scammers and drug dealers is just not realistic. But her type is scammers. That's who her ex was. I think she's been tied to 2 or 3 other men who were known to be scammers. And at the end of the day, you see the outcome that got her. Just 3 new men, on her bucket list or her notches on her belt. They were all scammers. So if she's talking about that, then yeah, I mean, a lot of these dudes who are in these comments in these spaces are broke. I don't have an argument against that.
Yeah, I mean, but do you think that's why they're in the comment section, like kind of talking about what they're talking, or they just like they're seeing foolishness on her channel and they're talking about it, like I do?
So
it's not different.
Not again. I get a lot of hell because I'm so heavy-handed with men, but I do think that the majority of men in her comments are losers. I'm not gonna hold you because why would you care about what this woman says when again if she's not your target demographic? Like the stuff that she says can never bother me because it'll never apply. But not just that, it's because of who it's coming from. So it's like again, I take the advice of people who I want to be like or aspire to be like in business or personal, right? As far as dating goes, I don't listen to advice from women that I wouldn't date, that I don't desire, that I don't respect, that I don't see to have value in that marketplace or like in the dating market space. Because again, a woman with a bunch of money, they're not attractive to men with money because we know what comes with that. And unfortunately, to make a lot of money, unless you're selling coochie, you have to be somewhat masculine. The traits that make you successful in business are all things that men excel at. And for women, congrats for those that can adopt those things. It makes them less suitable or less desirable for partners to the types of men they want.
Okay. I'm with that. And you are right. I'm guessing, because what I don't know. I'm guessing what a lot of the guys do is they hurl insults in her comment section. So that may be the men she's talking about. Because yes, I do agree. There's Yeah, there's a
Trolling is
lot of
definitely
trolling.
it's definitely a broke nigga sport. I'll give her that. I have no argument against that at all. Like this to
I
be
had trolls over here too.
yeah, or even like you see like on when Kevin Samuels, like the women who are in those trolls, or you see me over on Lapeef shows, like the women in the
Right.
you can tell. And the thing is, these people always look like they look the same way as compared to how stupid their comments are. So when you look at their realities, you know what I'm saying, you understand like these are just people sitting back on keyboard warrior arguing on their phone while they're on a 15-minute break at their job at the power plant. It's not like these guys are even applicable or qualified. Well, excuse me, not say qualified, but their opinions don't matter to any woman that is of Kendra's, in her echelon. The girls on the show though tend to be substandard, so they could be talking to them, but those women aren't the ones doing the clapbacks. It's Kendra, and she's making these types of rants videos. But all she's doing here is rage baiting. That's all she's doing, because if you look at her numbers, her views have gone down, her silence for her app is going down, her money is going down as she gets older. So she's got to. This is what she has to do. If she was 15 years younger, she'd be on OnlyFans. That's where she would go.
I ain't even met you. Listen, I'm not even disagreeing with you with that. What I see though is, here's the thing: if I know my money's going down, I'm gonna shut up, because what this does, it furthers your bread. Unfortunately, yes, she's gonna continue to have engagement. If you look at the comments now, you see the first comment right under her is, "I wonder why Kendra is not married." So instantly, she getting somebody throwing a shot out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're gonna get the engagement, negative or positive. It's engagement. But the problem is your money doesn't necessarily only come from engagement. It comes from app signups, right? Because she has a dating app, and I don't know how much they cost to maintain, but I could only imagine that having a dating app is a lot of bread to maintain.
No, so I'll give you some insight on that part. As far as the dating app goes, she has a lot of she runs a lot of ads, and the ad money you get from these dating apps is crazy, because you have to remember, Black women carry a lot. They have the spending power. If you put all Black women together, take Black men aside, Black women's spending power is greater than that of the bottom 40 countries. Excuse me, it'd be the 41st country as far as GDP goes. If you add Black men, it's like the 20. It's like the third or fourth. But for Black women to spend that money, she's catering to Black women. So she's never like the monthly fees that she's charging, the ads. Like, she made her own dating app. That's a great thing she did business wise. Like, I love that for her. Like, I love the idea of, she put an app out. Like, our friend wants to put an app out. But I don't think that app is carrying her right now.
Right.
I would say that I would say she makes more money from her app than she does from anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I know she do got a lot of subscribers. Right. You're right. I'm guessing if the bulk of, but here's the other catch-22 to that though, right? It's a dating app. So the idea would be, okay, yes, the women will pay the monthly subscription, but if those women are looking for men and the men are hearing this rant and they're signing off, that's where she could come into an issue, because the women are not going to be able to find the men. I don't think it's a smart business move, personally, to get online and rant about men if you're trying to put the women with the same men or somewhat of a, because her show doesn't have high caliber people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like the top echelons of men and women are on her app. It's the average Joe to below average man and woman that's on her app right now.
Right.
So I would cater to both of them. I would just shut up and let whatever the comments say it. You know what I'm saying? Because I want y'all to sign up to my app so I can make y'all money.
If you look at her show, the highest echelon people that have been on there are men. Like that white dude who was foreign that was worth like $40 million. You saw how that episode went. Yeah, he didn't have to say nothing. Kendra was shooting her shot. Damn the chat. And then the man showed his DMs after what happened, and it was full of women just doing the same thing that men do to women that they don't ever get acknowledgement from. Good morning, sir. Good morning, handsomes. All of that bullshit. So, I mean, if her target audience, she's not getting the upper echelon of her customer base, she's getting it of the men. Like, if you just have to weigh the average. The average of averages
out, right?
The men's average is a little higher compared to the women she puts on the show.
Right. It's crazy. But let's keep going. Let's go into her next number 4.
Number 4, you have a small penis and your sex game is whack. And when you get a girl, she cheats on you or leaves you. Now, that don't got nothing to do with me. That's between you and God. Ask him to make you more well-endowed in the next lifetime, okay?
All right, yo, why do they do that? It always, me and Mel, if you there, what up, Mel? Me and Mel had a conversation earlier. And that was one of the things that Mel actually just dropped a video on her channel. And she mentioned that, but she didn't make it sound absolute. It was like it could be. But
Mel listed all of this shit in the same order Kendra did. It's almost like she saw Kendra's video first and then just repeated it.
Oh, man. Mel, you there? Talk to us, Mel.
Put the video up. Put them
side
by side.
Hold up. Let's put Mel's video up. Let's put Mel's video up. Where is it at?
That's why I said it in the comments. I'm like, Kendra G gonna fair use the shit out of this.
Yo, hold up. Here go Mel video.
I'm gonna react to that. I was looking for a catalyst that made something I genuinely wanted to react to. I'm gonna react to this whole thing. It's give you like 3 minutes.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna take like 3 minutes and react to this. The women who say stuff like this always have the same look, and I've got examples to support this because the lady in the reference video is not saying anything uncommon. She's not saying anything new. She's just saying, "Oh, men do it too." That's all it is, and it's still not realistic because again, we control access to relationships. So if a man wants to get in a relationship, a man can go get married today. A woman can't. A man has a better chance of finding a partner that he finds genuinely attractive, who also respects and admires him, than a woman will at their age. If she was younger, then you know what I'm saying the leverage is a little more equal. But these women are old. So they're talking about this shit as if they're not old, as if we can't see them. And then again, these women all have a certain look. But what I will say is this: I have never seen an attractive woman who was married to a man that was respectable say anything like this. So
I feel you. Let me ask you, when y'all was playing it just now, could you hear the audio or no?
No, I didn't hear anything that came from the video, but I'd already seen it, so I know what you're saying.
Oh, hold on. All right, that's crazy. Let me restart this real quick. Could you hear that? That's crazy. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. And let me share it again because I just got a message saying that my audio, something was wrong with the connection. So it couldn't play the audio. But let me try that one more time. Let's try it. Could you?
That it's hard for women to get married. It's hard for some of y'all to get married.
You can hear it, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Where Mel at? Let's get to Mel.
Thinking that you are better than every woman out here and that you are the prize. Sir, you gonna be alone and single too in your elderly years. So stop going after women talking about all y'all single women. Some of you men are single because you can't get the woman you want neither.
Listen, somebody had to say it.
Now, hold up. Before we move forward, I want to say I shout out to Mel and her editing. I love her editing. I love like her style of editing.
Yeah, she needs to teach a class on that.
Yeah, she's really good at that. So shout out to That's Scary with Melanie P. Dope editing.
Somebody had to say it. When I first saw this clip, I immediately thought about these podcasts. Okay, I was on a podcast recently. Shout out to Grown Men Talking. Make sure you go over there and you subscribe. But I'm gonna call y'all out. I'm gonna call you out. The last episode I saw, or the last live I saw recently, there was a young lady on there. She was on there, and here's the thing. She was saying a lot of stuff that I agree with, but she was saying a lot of stuff that I didn't agree with.
What I think, because we're on this type of platform and podcast, I think that
April, that's you, April.
Have misogynistic men on the phone call as well as a feminist, is going to be heads that are butt, right? So whatever I say is going to be the opposite.
So you say misogynistic. So I hope you're not calling me or Black or Willie. Misogynist means a hatred of women. And just because
that's the vibe I'm getting. So I know y'all.
But I feel like oftentimes on these podcasts with some of these men, they talk as if they're up here and that women are just crawling to get up there because you're just so special, you're just so great. And here's the thing, I'm gonna say it again, I'm gonna say it 5 times, I'm gonna say it 100 times over. I'm not here for the men versus women. It is detrimental to the community, it's detrimental to Black love in general. We are the lowest on everything when it comes to love, marriage, all the things. But I feel like one reason why I resonated a lot with what this lady was saying was because it's such a narrative out here that, you know, women, lowly women, you won't ever find a man, you're gonna die alone. The infamous, you gotta go get your cats, go get your bonnets. You know, one man has said on Grown Men Talking, you know, he was saying how women, when they get of age and they lose their value, the next thing they want to do is join and go to church. It's just like, okay, we get it.
That was you, Blockchain.
Yeah, and she didn't even quote what I said. I said that a hoe's final form is a religious woman. And then I said that women don't go to church because they want for religion. They go to church because they want to restart. They want to refresh. They want an absolution from the previous years of saying of being a heathen that they had, of poor pussy management and having all these other dudes' kids. So they turn to Jesus to make them feel like they're whole and, you know, washed in the blood of Christ, just so they can start over. It's not for a genuine love of like the religion and wanting to be a Christian and wanting to be a Christian woman. It's just because they want to do over. And again, I mean, we look at these women who do it. I'm not trying to be funny, but at the end of the day, God gets the leftovers. So what should men expect from these types of women? If they're willing to give God, who is supposed to be like the Almighty, if they're willing to make him go give him their leftovers, what do we have left for us?
Damn. You know what's so crazy? When her and I had this conversation, we talked about this actually a few days ago, and she mentioned it to me because she was like, you know, I don't understand it. But I told her, you know, that's a lot different than what happens when a lot of guys go to jail and they find God or Allah. It's the same type of thing, right? A lot of guys, when they realize, like, damn, I done messed up the majority of my life and I come out of prison, let me turn around and become a Christian, or let me become Muslim, or let me become whatever, because that's a way of changing life, because you look for leadership at that point, and most leadership to a lot of people becomes more spiritual than anything.
Or the men who go to the gym after a breakup. Like, oh, so now you want to go get your shit together after your girl left you for a big sexy flexy nigga with muscles. Now you want to go to the gym and start get your bench press up. Like that's why. It's like the reason why you're doing it isn't because it's healthy, it's a good lifestyle to have, it makes you better. It's because a dude took your girl and now you mad. So it's like the motive, the why behind why people do things matters. It's kind of like saying the why, a guy who, the reason why a man doesn't hit women matters. A man who doesn't hit women because he thinks it's the wrong thing to do is a significantly more noble. I also would say foolish, because again, I'm fair. I'm equality being what it is, but he's significantly more noble than a man who doesn't do it just because he doesn't want to go to jail.
You don't want to go to jail, because if he knew he wouldn't go to jail, he'll hit a woman.
Oh, if he knew he wouldn't, he's out here turning people left and right. Like, yeah, like remember that movie Soul Man, where Bernie Mac got off the train, he slapped like 8 people as soon as he got off? That's him. Yeah. But he doesn't, because he doesn't want to go to jail, not because it's the wrong thing to do. So why matters. And you know, again, it goes on both sides, but at the same time, we're to what she was talking about. You know how mad I'd be if I was God, and then I'm like, oh, you done had all them miles of penis, and now you want to be a Christian? Like, I'm trying to get away from the fact that most men know that the church is full of the biggest eaters. If you want to find a woman that's on demon time, go to church. And because of that, I would be appalled reading the hearts of these women who are all of a sudden trying to come lay their whole past down at the altar of my child. That'd be wild to me.
Right. Listen, I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. And everything you says, I ain't no falsehood in it. Let's continue with the video.
Maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know. But the large narrative out there, which is an awful domino effect when it comes to relationships and marriage in the Black community, is that lowly women, lower yourselves, so you can find a man who will approve of you and take you off of the streets and bring you into the home that he built brick by brick and that he pays for the bills while you raise the children. You know, that's like the narrative that I feel like a lot of times these podcasts put out here when it comes to women. If you look at this post, the comment says it's more men alone in nursing homes than there are women. And I used to do financial counseling, and I was a business manager at a nursing home, and that is very, very true. And they are the worst ones. And oftentimes, as soon as the women get out of their lives, they don't make it very long because they cannot sustain after they lose a woman. And oftentimes they don't have a woman. So they're just literally in there alone in the nursing home, jacking off, because I've seen it. Literally, I've seen it.
She should have been watching that. But here's the thing, though, right? Hold up. shout out to Skitty is in the building. My brother, salute. I don't know why, man. Where is Mel? Mel was just here, and she not here no more. I don't know what she doing. She knew I was gonna play her video. All of a sudden, she dipped. But all right.
But there's an argument to be made, like the way that I appreciate how some. I don't appreciate. I just admire how unintentionally I'm giving Grace the benefit of the doubt. Disingenuous women are when it comes to interpreting statistics, especially when they can use that to align with their anecdotal experiences. Because the fact that there are more men in nursing homes than there are women is the way they try to use that statistic, which is true.
It's almost like it's negative.
Their point is, right. if that was a debate, like we're having that debate format, I'm the king of receipts. And then I'm also the king of logical reasoning based off of said interpretation of data. I don't think that she would ever say that out loud again, because those arguments are so easily refuted by someone. But like when we're just talking to a camera and there's no one there to challenge us, like we kind of get away with murder a little bit when it comes to, because we can just say anything and make it true.
You say whatever.
People will see it.
And somebody's going to believe it.
And so many people are educated by what they see on social media. Like that's where their opinions come from. They wouldn't know who the president was if it wasn't for social media. They wouldn't know that you should hate him until it was for social media, or they wouldn't know what's going on in the world until it's for social media. So with this being such a powerful platform, there's got to be some sort of pushback, but we'll save that for later because we can do a whole show on.
Well, even just to touch on that, I mean, most men die alone. It is what it is. Like most men, have for centuries has been satisfied with dying without the option of having family or a woman. And men have been okay with that. You don't really hear men on the internet crying about, I need a woman and I'm alone. You don't hear it because most men are satisfied and understand it. My God, JB is in the building. What up? Men
choosing to die alone. It was just like a woman choosing to be celibate. That's more of an indictment on the women in the men's case. Like a man choosing to die alone, that's more of an indictment on the women than it is him, because he controls access to relationships. So if he wanted one, he could go get one. Women control access to sex. So if they've been through so much, they want to give up having sex. Imagine what a man has to have gone through with women to choose to die alone instead of keeping one.
Right. So, and it's so true. And also April just said it just now. They suffer in silence. Men are known to do that for centuries. We don't complain. We are raised to, men need to be hard. Men need to be all types strong. We need to be independent. We need to be tough. We need to learn how to fight all the battles that life has thrown our way.
Mentally,
when men get older, some men just give up. They're like, I'm good. So long as I'm able to pay my bills, whatever, I'm good. I don't need a woman. I don't need nothing. Yeah, pause. My bad. I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah, super
pause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No Diddy oil. All right. But it's just how men are. Like, we're known to be that way. And we don't care to die alone. It's the people that complain about dying alone is the people you got to worry about. The people that are so online saying, I want the opposite sex. Well, what are you doing to get the opposite sex? And why don't the opposite sex want you? That's what you got to worry about. But let's keep going. Let's see what else she got going on. Yeah.
And so again, this is not to be like, oh, men, look at you, y'all just as bad, y'all ain't got nobody, y'all gonna die alone. It's not that. But it's just, I hope that somebody will see this clip, see this podcast episode, and be like, you know what? Let me adjust. Let me just adjust how I come at these women. Because one of the things that really stood out to me is this. Grown Men Talking, love that podcast. And one thing that I have to respect about Mingo, who is the owner of that podcast, with his wife, I have to give him points because his delivery oftentimes is palatable, meaning that his delivery is digestible to women. Most of the time, I feel like he comes from a place of wanting to see Black families together, wanting to see women with men. Women married to Black men and vice versa. The whole premise of his show is to, have people actually meet to get married, not just pop a balloon, but actually meet to get married. We have another season. He has another season coming out. I'm so excited to be a part of that. And it should be dropping really soon. So make sure that you subscribe to that channel. But at the end of the day, my point is men and women, but we're talking about men here. You have to be very careful when you're on these podcasts and on these lives, because like I was saying, Mingo's delivery, the way I've seen him.
That's why I want to talk about the delivery part.
The way I've seen him with his children, it gives a man that I think a woman would listen to. You may not agree, but women would likely listen to and take advice from him because he is married. He is a family man. He is about marriage. He is about those things. And the way that he delivers it, can I get an amen? The way that he delivers it doesn't come from, I'm bitter, somebody hurt me, so now I got to come and talk about women. I got to say that, you joined the church, so you about to be, all types of stuff that I really peep. I peep how a lot of these men be talking on like, not just his show, but on different shows. And I can hear the hurt oftentimes when men come on these lives and come on these shows and talk about women. You can hear the hurt that they're coming from. I don't think oftentimes they're coming from a place of, let me help Black women, let me bridge the community together. It's coming from, if you listen really closely, it's coming from, I was hurt, someone didn't pick me, I have a small penis, I don't do
That's what I wanted to get to right there. She did exactly what Kendra G did.
I told you it's in order, bro.
Yeah. Yo, so and that's what I'm talking about. Now, okay, let's talk about delivery, right? I do get it. And that's one thing I do take pride in myself, is being able to disagree with somebody, but understand that I need to be able to deliver it to them in a certain way where it's at least palatable, right? Like, I'm not going to just completely destroy you with talking points. That's easy to do because a lot of people talk from just a point of like, what are you talking about? It doesn't even make sense. So I could destroy you right now. So I try to listen and then react. But how important do you think delivery it is when you talk to women?
I could always hear it. I don't care about the delivery when I'm talking to anybody other than my children and my woman. I treat everybody else like they're grown adults and I talk to them that way. I'm not going to soften my message for someone that I don't have a reason to be soft for. And then also another thing is that when I talk to strangers, my power base is who I am as a person. So I refer to those things. So all of these metrics that these women have, for me, I talk from that vantage point where I know that I have the leverage in those spaces. She said, like, for example, she said that she thinks the way that you deliver, she thinks the delivery is more important than the actual character of the messenger, which is, again, something that women tend to do because they're addicted to tone policing men, because we can be as harsh as we want to with other men or with women when we're saying things that don't apply to them specifically. But when we say something like the hit dog in them that's hollering says, I can't argue with this because he's talking about me, so let me try to tone police him instead. So there's never like any malice or like ill will or malicious intent behind what I say. And I'm only responsible for, the words that I choose, not your interpretation of them. So with that being said, I mean, bro says she's talking about me. She can't be. She's seen me in real life. So obviously that's not the case.
Yeah. No, I don't think she's talking about you in totality. I think she's talking about in general, right? How podcast goes,
But
and
that
men
same
and men how they.
that same thing goes for women though. Like you have to be a solid arbiter of the message that you're going to convey to people. And unfortunately, the women who have these conversations are single. Also, you know, uh, everything that's being said tends to apply to them, which is why they respond to it. And then just unfortunately, like obviously not you're saying not in her case, but these women aren't desirable to the men that they want. That's one of the universal truths about women in this space with these lines of questioning or rhetoric or the thoughts they have, is that they're all single and that the men they want don't want them. So they get on these spaces and find other women in the same situation and give out messages that could actually, get those women to identify with or commiserate with. They're just panderers. So in essence, these women are just Derek Jacksons with vaginas.
Damn. Yo, hold up. We got one membership gifted from Aloha. Thank you so much, my bitch. And it's official. She is now, she's been a channel mod since last Sunday. So you have I gave you full access. You control the chat. So you got this. I appreciate you for always being over here. Always rocking with your boy. Almost every time I go live. You're here Fridays, Sundays, and sometimes throughout the week if I go live. She's rocking with your boy. So much appreciated. So I definitely agree with you. I think there's a balance though, right? For me, I'm not saying I totally agree with men just giving people it as they say it, as they want to give it to them. I totally agree. The reason why I do it is because, well, I have a whole dating show which caters towards women, right? So I know if I want my audience to be attracted to me, I have to kind of move in a way of attraction, but it can't be pandering, right? So that's difference, right? Like a guy that panders to me is the worst man alive. You ask me, a man that'll sit down and give women anything in order for them to, be happy, he's a problem. He's more of a problem than them women. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at a woman now, and let's say it's a woman that you want to teach, let's say it's a woman that you actually care about, in a way for a lot of women to receive men, because there's some women that could take a harsh talking. What I realize in a lot of cases, there's some women you gotta give it to them real rough, but in a way that they'll be able to take. So it's not like you're telling them, girl, you a queen, you're a goddess, you're cocoa butter and all that good stuff. You gotta just give it to them like, yo, you messing up, and your results would be this. I'm not dissing women at all, but it's very similar to the way I deal with my children. Right?
I agree. And I see the value in doing that. I just refuse to do it for a woman that's not mine. That's all. Because this is the thing. If I do it for every woman, then it makes my woman not special. So there's special treatment that my woman gets, and that's me softening my tone, policing things, thinking about like what I say before I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Hey, babe, what do you mean?
Right.
It's to see the difference. But to one of y'all on the internet, or one of these women on the internet, it's not going to be that. And I don't owe you that. So like there's a sense of entitlement that women seem to have for men to be soft with them when these are not soft women. None of these women aren't soft. They're not, I hate to use the word, but none of them are meek or demure. They're not feminine, and most of them aren't classy. So you want me to treat you like a lady when you're not. And that's just something I refuse to do. So I talk to everybody the same. The same way I talk to men is the same way I talk to women. The difference is our association. I talk to you in a manner that I don't talk to most other men because I respect you and you're my friend. I talk to my woman in a manner because she's my woman and I do crazy wild things to her. So I talk to her in a manner that makes sure that I can continue to do those things. I'm not going to soften what I'm saying, talking to strangers that honestly just, again, to be completely frank, I don't give a fuck about. Like we're having a conversation, so I care enough to have the discourse with you, but I'm just not going to sit here and pull punches or not, say that's dumb when it's dumb, and then also be able to support how dumb it is. And then again, given the fact that I won't say anything that's not based off of my current reality, my current experiences, my current position in life, or statistics. So I tend to have an irrefutable, or easily defensible standpoint in these conversations because I'm logical. These women are all emotional.
Right. I'm not gonna lie to you. If y'all ever met him in real life, the same way you see him online right now, the same way he talks, it's no different. Like, my man just gonna tell it the way it is. And that's why I rock with him, and that's why I respect him, man. We've been rocking with each other for a little bit now, and the same person you see here, you see him in real life is the same way. So shout out to you, my guy. Let's continue. We might as well give her the full view count since this is our homie. So let's keep going.
In bed, whatever. Somebody hurt me. I didn't get picked on a basketball team. I'm 5'7" and nobody wants me. It comes from some type of bitter experience. And so they find that they have an opportunity to get on this bash Black women train. And now they can get you for the old and the new. They don't care if you get married. They don't care if you die alone, or if you have a cat and don't got no man or whatever, don't have nobody to help, with your kids or whatever. They want to get you back. So these conversations are so important. There's another guy, I can't think of his name, but he was also on Grown Men Talking, and I'll add his name somewhere.
Oh my, you world class, world class.
I'll add his name somewhere on the screen. But I respected him a lot too, because he was on an episode and he was like really giving a lot of receipts and very, very well spoken about the Bible. And again, may not have agreed with all that he said, but he had receipts. And he was his tone was there to educate. His tone was to help. Again, if you see the episode, I may not agree, child, with how it went down, but I just really respected him to the point to where after that live, I went to his channel. I made sure I'm subscribed and I looked through all his content. He's like really like a conscious person, in my opinion, that I would definitely really want to listen to what he has to say. I will take what he has to say to heart, to face value. And I know it's not coming from a better place. It's coming from education, and it's coming from helping the community. So at the end of the day, I say all this to say, I understand where this lady is coming from. And again, I don't want to use this as another means to debate. But it's really great that someone had to say this. Someone had to say it's not just women out here who can't find a man. It's a lot of men out here who cannot find a good woman. I know they will argue it's women everywhere. They can pick them, but it's not about quantity. It is about quality, because at the end of the day, if nobody don't know it like me, honey, you can find all the men out there. You can find all the women out there. But if the quality ain't worth nothing, you're going to be out here divorced or out here miserable in another year or two. If the quality ain't worth shit, child, let me tell you something. I got a story to tell.
Yo, all right. Yo, listen, I'm not going to hold you, though. She's been making some good streams lately. I watched her last one, too. I was like, oh, snap. Like, she had some good points. And she was holding women accountable on that stream. And what I love about streamers like that is the balance. You don't see a lot of women streamers that have a balance. It's either they 1,000% on the men, or you might even see the opposite, where it's 1,000% on women holding women accountable, and they never. So I like that balance. You know what I'm saying? I think I offer the balance as well. I might lean more towards holding women accountable. That's because I believe they hold access to everything men want. So I hold them at a higher regard when I talk to them. You know what I'm saying? But what's your thoughts on the topic?
Yeah, I don't really have. It's obvious to me. Like you said, there's not very many women that have podcasts where they're balanced. It's just that I'm of the belief that I don't listen to people who, again, just don't identify, who don't look like the message that they have, or who don't like identify. Like, I don't follow creators who talk about finances, but then they're broke, or the only money they have is from making a course instead of making money off of the course they're doing. So I look at people's circumstances and then, just status. Like, so if we're talking about women talking about dating, her dating market value is the first thing that you look at, logically speaking. And again, if the men that you want don't want you, your opinion is almost moot at that point, because you're just somebody talking it. Same way it's of a guy. If he's not getting women and he's talking about women, his point is null and void. Like, it's all, I don't like to discuss people who have their identities or their platforms rooted in speculation and conjecture. So that tends to be what happens when you talk to a lot of these people. Obviously not applicable to Mel, but a lot of people in her space, you know, they're talking about things, you know, what happened with, you saw what happened with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. She just admitted that she's been, you're saying somebody's, you know what I'm saying,
Side
friendly
piece
benefit
for
for
5
5 years.
years.
And then people went down the rabbit hole and saw that she said she got her degree from a college a year after that college was closed and lost its accreditation. So, you know, like the whole thread is unraveling. And then when you see these people having these conversations about things and advising women to do stuff, it just, at the end of the day, they're just snake oil salesmen. That's all it boils down to. Like, they're just telling people what they want to hear because of what it costs. And then, you know, she's got a course that's $25,000. Another course is $10,000 about how to be a good woman. And not trying to be funny, I would want to have that course from a good woman. And you would measure that, you're saying, by her circumstances, and that woman is 42, unloved, and by her own admission, overfucked.
Right. Mel, how you come back at the end of the show? This whole time, she just popped back up when the show is over. You're gonna have to go catch the replay now, Mel. You know what I'm saying? But no, you're right. You are right. You know what I'm saying? And I truly believe, like, you can't listen to everybody that got a microphone and a camera, because the majority of people are on here just to talk, just to pretty much sell something. You know what I'm saying? They're not on here to have real change. They're not on here because they actually lived what they're talking about. Most people on these podcasts are giving out relationship and dating advice and has never been in a strong relationship in their whole life. You know what I'm saying? And they've never even seen it. It's not even like a lot of people seen their mother and father be together. So they're on here with a microphone and a camera and they're just talking. So yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone you listen to.
I built my following on Instagram by, you're saying, bullying content creators that were full of shit. If most people don't understand that, but what I did, like, post COVID and after, everybody that had these courses were selling courses, pretending like, you know, they were these moguls and doing stuff, and really they weren't making money in the courses they had. So what I would do is I would go buy their course, do a review on it, and then explain what was real and what was bullshit. And saw the majority of those, like Airbnb, Turo, all of those types of courses, all the, you know what I'm saying, the PPP hustles, all of those people were just taking a white label course, putting their name and graphics on, and selling it as their own. So that's why most of these scammers from Atlanta, like the Atlanta CEOs, Earn Your Leisure, all them people have me blocked because of the fact that I highlight that, you know, Earn Your Leisure has had, I think, 17 in a row of their guests on the show were proven to be scammers, like with court documentation.
So Earn Your Leisure is not legit either?
No, because they promote scammers. Of course not. Nobody that promotes a scammer is legit. You can't. If you promote one scammer, the other 30 good people you did, it ruins your credibility. And then they've had 17 of their guests have those types of allegations on their name. So, and I was literally just bullying them, going at it, like calling them predatory. I mean, everybody's comments, Jay Morrison, I'm roasting them because they, you know, were all full of shit. I think that needs to happen in this space too. Like, women and men who are talking about the relationships that they've never been in can't get into. And I'd say more so for men, because if it's a relationship space, we control access to that. We're the gatekeepers of relationships. So if women were talking about, you know, sexless men and incels, have a field day. Really not much we can say that. But if we're talking about access to relationships, again, these women who are on these spaces all have a certain look, and the men that those women want do not want them because they are all perpetually single. Excuse me, I don't want to say single, unmarried, because, you know, that when you say single, people will come and be like, "Oh, well, I've been engaged 5 times."
I could get them
like, as if, you know, you being a 5-time almost winner counts. Like, I don't think anybody remembers who lost Super Bowl the last 5 years.
Though, you know, the problem with that, though, a lot of people got to look at marriage as the actual prize. You know what I'm saying? But most people don't. So when you hear a lot of women say I was engaged 5 times, they look at that as something huge, because marriage is not really a prize to them. That's why a lot of people get divorced like it's nothing. Because if you value marriage, then you would know that that's the end goal, right? That's where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be married. Not
I don't think that
Beyonce.
The women who value marriage, the reason why I say getting engaged doesn't count, because in what world or what society do we live in where participation trophies add value to you? The fact that you had 4 men or multiple men propose marriage to you and you didn't marry any of them, that's not an indictment of those men. It's an indictment of you. 4 men chose to pass you by. They're like, oh damn, I want to buy this, and then they actually get to look at it, read the terms and conditions. They put your ass back on the shelf.
No,
Like,
let them tell it. They don't tell it like you said it.
Of
The
course
way
not.
They tell it like I ended the engagement. So it's always them ending the engagement.
Even if that's the thing, right?
whatever.
Even if that's the case, even if they didn't, it's the common denominator between all their failures is still them, and that's the part that gets overlooked. That's the part that nobody wants to talk about. That's the uncomfortable piece no one says out loud. And when I see it, I'm like, well, like if a woman has told me like I've been engaged before, I'm like, that doesn't help me with anything. That just means I know that for sure that somebody else was not using protection when y'all were having sex. That's what it tells me. It's there's nothing about you being engaged that makes me look at you as a more valuable woman. Nothing about that. Because again, you're a failure. At that point, if you want to highlight your failures, then I mean, cool. Thank you for being transparent. But that's not going to make me desire you anymore. That's not going to feel like I'm qualified. And then now I want to know, like the best way to judge women is by her ex. So I want to know what these exes that you agreed to marry have going for themselves. So it actually opens you up more to more scrutiny than anything. Right.
Now that's real. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Yo, good show though, man. Good show, man. And always good having you on here, my brother. You know me, I'm lazy as hell, so I gotta end this show before the 2-hour mark.
Oh yeah.
But you know me. But great show, man. I saw y'all last night. Y'all was vibing. Do me a favor, y'all. Yancey every Thursday night. You can catch Willie Beeman over there on Yancey. It's Chasing Yancey on her channel. Do me a favor. Go over there and subscribe. Also subscribe to Willie Beeman coming in hot. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. That's Scary with Melanie P podcast. Subscribe to her channel. World class. The world class. Subscribe to his channel. Let's get this community built up. April Carter. Make sure you guys are subscribed to her channel. Let's get it going over here. Media Man. To all my people. Even Shaq. What's his channel? That Shaq?
That Shaq 2X. And mediocre tech tutorials and reviews.
Mediocre tutorial. Oh, he did?
Yeah. Hey, another thing too. I'm gonna do another 100 gifted memberships when you hit 44,000. So you're 43,880. So we need to get you to 44,000. I'll do another 100 memberships.
So come on, y'all. I need these channel subscribers to go up. Share this channel. Let everybody in your people, let all your peoples know. Subscribe. Because we need to get these memberships up. I need to give out these giveaways to people. Have a lot going on this channel. Meet to Marry season 3 is gonna be like none other. Y'all ain't gonna see nothing on YouTube like this. I promise you. Y'all thought the first 2 seasons was great. Wait until you see season 3 and all we got going on with it. So do me a favor, y'all. Make sure you subscribe, share the channel, let your peoples know to subscribe. We got a lot going on.
Now I'm gonna go film my reaction to Mel's video now. And get that out of the way.
Mel.
I found a catalyst to finally post something. I got a bunch of videos recorded. I just ain't posted, but I'm gonna post this one first because I was restrained.
You was restrained, exactly. You got called out.
Yeah. But on mine, I don't care if my page channel is monetized at all. So I'm just gonna say something. But,
Oh man, that's what's up though, man. Y'all, I'm looking forward to your reactions, man. I can't wait to see them. So please, before you even send it out, send it to me first. Please. I need to be the first to see it. You know what I'm saying? But
I'll have it to you tonight, and then it'll be up right after you look at it. But it's gonna be a good one.
I'm looking forward to it, my guy. But listen, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I'm not gonna be here on Sunday. Sunday, we're recording 4 episodes of Meet to Marry, so I won't be available. I'll be busy, but y'all should be proud of me. But I'm around though. So I'm gonna see y'all though on the next one. Peace.
Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? To make you wanna stay.